Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sanshadi and this is Honey Let's Talk, where we say when we talk, we make it better. So a question that somebody asked me on my Instagram is, how do I tell if my relationship is godly? And it's a very good question, right? It's a question that most of us have asked ourselves. At some point in your life, you'll ask yourself that question. How do I tell if my relationship is actually godly? And to answer that question, we need to ask ourselves a couple of simple questions to determine our relationship and the way we relate with each other and how that draws us either close to God or draws us away from God. And in simple terms, having a godly relationship means a relationship that draws you close to God. It's a relationship that honors Him. It's a relationship that makes Him happy. In other words, when God is seated in heaven, He's enjoying His time. Angels are worshiping Him. He is happy to see you relating with your boyfriend or relating with your girlfriend. Or for those who are already married, relating with your spouse. And it's a good question that we need to ask ourselves. How do I tell if my relationship is actually godly? So let me try and answer that question by asking you three simple questions. In the Bible, in the book of Amos chapter 3 verse 3, it says, can two walk together unless they are in agreement? So the first thing that we need to determine is, are we in agreement? Are we in agreement? Are you walking in the same direction? Okay, are you walking in the same direction? So that means if you are dating someone who is not of the same faith as you, then first of all, you're not in agreement, because they believe something that is different from what you believe, and that is bound to bring challenges and conflict in the relationship that cannot be solved unless you walk in agreement. So the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, are we in agreement? When we have conversation, when we plan things, when you're talking about this, the boundaries that we have, are we in agreement? So that is the first question. The second question is rather a very weird one, and this is it. When we spend time together, we spend hours together, we spend minutes together, we spend a time together in private. Does that time leave us guilty, or does that time leave us growing? Okay, does that time that we spend together leave me guilty, or does it leave me growing? And what that does to you and I is that we tend to evaluate our time together, our private time. I'm not talking about the public time. The public time, everybody pretends and everybody seems like they are having a very awesome relationship, a godly relationship. But the question is, the time that we spend in private together, does it leave me godly, or does it leave me guilty? If over and over that relationship is leaving you guilty, then that relationship is not honoring God. That is God telling you, you need to make some adjustments. You need to make some changes for the two of you to be able to walk in agreement, but also walk in a way that honors me. Okay? Does it make you guilty? Guilt is a sign that you have broken something, you have broken a law, you have gone against something, against what you agreed, against what God says in His Word. So if you are always living guilty, then there is a problem. Then there is a problem. The third question you need to ask yourself, do we have boundaries that keeps us in line? Do we have boundaries? Because if you want to honor God, you need to protect yourself. You need to protect that time. You need to protect the two of you. You need to protect yourself first, and you need to protect your relationship by having godly boundaries, especially sexual boundaries, conversation boundary. What are you talking about when you meet? Texting boundary. What are you texting each other when you meet? Are these things leave you guilty, or do they leave you better? Okay? Your relationship needs to make you better and not bitter, not frustrated. You don't want to be frustrated every single time you spend time together and you're frustrated with yourself. Oh, I've messed up again. And then you ask for forgiveness. Then the next day you do the same thing, and you do the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. That is not a godly relationship. You need to stop. You need to stop and make some changes if you want to have a godly relationship. And it is simple. It is the two of you sitting down and saying, every time we meet, we find ourselves doing this and that, and it's leaving us guilty. What if we change the places that we meet? What if we stop meeting in private and meet in public places, places that we can protect ourselves so that we can build a godly relationship? Friends, if you're not having a godly relationship when you're dating, it will be absolutely impossible. It's going to be hard for you to have godly relationship when you're married. Let me speak to those who are married for a second. Is the way you treat your partner making you elevate your pride, or does it make you humble? Because pride is a sign of there's something wrong. Humility is you adjusting to your partner, adjusting to having to see from their end, see from their point of view, agreeing with God when He says that the two of you need to treat each other with honor, value each other, submit to one another. So if your words are crushing your partner, then that relationship is not godly. If your words are making your partner feel, guilty and feel bad about the relationship, that relationship is not godly. We need to make some adjustments. We need to change the way we treat our partner. We need to change the way we talk to them. We need to change the way we listen to them. We need to change the way we do things, make decisions. If you are the only one making decisions in the relationship, that relationship is not godly. Because unless two people work in agreement, So honoring God is about the two of you choosing to serve God, choosing to fear God, choosing to love God, choosing to love God so well that you are able to say no to some things. You need to say no to that behavior because it leaves you every single time guilty, and it's weighing you down, and it has become a sin that easily entangles you. The Bible says clearly, let us give ourselves, our bodies as living sacrifice. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind, the way you think, the things that you do. So in your relationship, if you want to honor God, you need to start there by loving God so well that you can say no to other things. So to answer the question that my friend asked me, how do I tell if my relationship is godly? It is simple. Does your relationship make God happy? Do you find yourself repenting over and over about the same thing, a same situation, same behavior? There's something wrong. We need to change. I am not talking about having a perfect relationship. I'm talking about having a godly relationship. A godly relationship doesn't mean that it's perfect. But a godly relationship is the two of you seeing things and understanding that God sees everything, knows everything, even the depth of your heart, things that you're hiding, secrets, places where you meet, things that you do in closed doors, knowing that wherever place you are, God sees you. And you better do what makes Him happy. Makes Him happy. Because the things that makes God happy makes us holy. When we say no to sin, it peels some layers in us so that we get into a place of being holy. Otherwise, guys, that is how I would answer that question. And I want to say thank you very much for watching. Let me know how you would answer the same question. How do you tell if your relationship is godly? I would like to learn from you guys. And I'd like you to do one thing. Like this video. Smash it so hard until you feel like, your thumb is breaking. Smash it so hard. And also, if you are new here, choose to subscribe and be part of this community. Otherwise, I say when we talk, we make it absolutely better. Otherwise, guys, thank you for joining us. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely year. May the Lord walk with you in your relationship, and may your relationship be better and not bitter. Bye-bye.